There is a deep relation between rights and duties. They are interdependent. Every right has a duty attached to it. In fact, rights and duties are the two aspects of man's life. One cannot be imagined without the other. A right in society becomes the duty of someone else, and someone else's right becomes our duty. Rights are the demands of a citizen that are recognized by the government, and it is the responsibility of the state to fulfill them. According to Lasky, the rights are those conditions of social life without which no one can develop his own personality. Rights have come into existence for the welfare of human life. The natural human talents cannot be realized without them. There are generally two kinds of rights: moral rights and legal rights. Moral rights are ones that are based on the moral values prevailing in an organized society. But the government has no influence over them. The people who observe moral values are respected in the society, while those that violate them are not regarded as good citizens. Neither a government gives assurance of these rights nor any punishment can be given under the country's law on their violation. For example, it is the duty of the children to look after their parents when they grow old. It is the right of the parents to be so treated. But if the children do not fulfill this duty, government cannot do anything to them. The members of the society, however, will look down upon them, and it is because of this social pressure that it becomes difficult to violate them. The legal rights are once recognized and imposed by the state. Laws are made to protect and assure the citizens. Those who violate these laws can be sued in the court of law. It is the right of a government to force the people to observe them. No individual can violate the legal rights of the others. It is because of supremacy of these rights that there remains peace and tranquility in a state, and the people live contented and peaceful life. There are two kinds of legal rights: civil rights, political rights. The civil rights pertain to daily life. Their existence is necessary for civilized social life. Right of life, right of property, right of family, right of contract, etc., are some of its examples. Right of life is the basic right of everybody. It is therefore the duty of a government to protect the life of everybody. A person has no right to end his own life. Similarly, he has no right to deprive someone else of his life. It means that every individual possesses the right of life, but at the same time, it is also his duty to protect life of others. The right of property means that every individual has right to purchase or sell a property at his own will and completely benefit from it. It is the duty of the government to protect the property of the citizens. However, it has the right to tax the property of the citizens and even to confiscate it if there is any legal justification. The right of family includes the right to marriage, heredity, rearing children, etc. Family occupies the fundamental position in a society, and the state law recognizes the rights of family. Political rights. Political rights are those whereby a citizen can participate in the state activities. It is by virtue of his right that people get a chance to vote for or contest an election or to criticize positively the actions of the government. These rights are essential for the success of democratic system of government. Both the civil rights and political rights are patronized by the government, and the government acts as protector and surety to them. Civil rights are enjoyed by both the citizens and aliens. However, political rights are enjoyed by the citizens only. Some restrictions and responsibilities are also imposed in return for the rights that are given to the citizens. These responsibilities are called the duties of the citizens. No individual can become a good citizen unless he fulfills his duties well. There are four main kinds of duties: personal duties, the duties to fellow citizen, the duties to the state, the duties to humanity. Personal duties. It is the duty of every citizen to exercise his rights fully so that he may bring to light his talents and may benefit from them with courage and firmness. The duties to fellow citizens. It is the duty of every citizen to honor the rights of others. When a society confers the rights, it also imposes certain duties. These duties are used for the welfare of society. The duties to state. It is the duty of every citizen to abide by the law. It is through the law that the society is integrated. If the violation of the law is not punished, the law would not be respected anymore, and this will result into chaos and anarchy. It is also included in the duties to the state that every citizen should pay the taxes regularly. As it is the right of every citizen to vote, so is his duty to use it correctly. Loyalty to the state, its defense and stability are also among the duties of a citizen. It is important for every citizen to prefer national interest and integrity over the personal interests. The duties to humanity. By the right of humanity, it is meant to consider the human interest above color, race, territory, or language. In fact, like the rights, there is also a list of duties. One comes near to the moral objective by observing these duties. Among these duties, the rights and duties of parents, children, spouse, relatives, and neighbors are included. As it is described earlier, the rights of one group are called the duties of the other. Rights can be recognized only when someone else performs them as duties. The rights of parents include their love, respect, obedience, service, and in case of their demise, gentle behavior with their relatives and friends. The rights of children include their better rearing, education, love, and in case of having more than one child, equal treatment to all and arrangement of their livelihood after the completion of their education, and appropriate arrangements for their marriage. The rights of husband include the protection of his honor and property, his obedience with pleasure, proper care and training of the children, and polite dealing with his relatives. It is the duty of the wife to fulfill all the rights. The rights of a wife include a kind and loving attitude of the husband and fulfillment of her needs within his reach. The rights and duties of relatives include behaving with one another with the sentiments of goodness and well-wishing, and to be ready to help one another financially, especially the poor and the orphan. The rights of neighbors include asking about their welfare, sharing their sorrows and happinesses, sending them presents, and fulfilling their needs according to one's ability. If you think a bit, it is not difficult to conclude that society gets established only through the performance of these duties. The duties of all these social institutions are individual as well as collective in nature. Individual in the sense that every institution performs its duties within its limited range. Thus, every institution is different from the other institution. That is, a school imparts education. The state is responsible for protection. The mosque is a place of worship, and so are the duties of the families. Besides these, there are also some collective duties for some institutions. The sense of duty can be developed gradually among the students. First, at the family level, the parents and other family members influence them. The neighborhood trains them about rights and duties in a particular way. And finally, at the school, they get complete social and moral training along with the education. In this way, the sense of understanding and the performance of rights and duties can be developed among them. Write down 3 rights of a wife on her husband. The rights of a wife include a kind and loving attitude of the husband, fulfillment of her needs within his reach, providing her security and self-respect, proper care and training of the children, polite dealing with her relatives, and listening to her counsels before making decisions. Rights of husband. The rights of husband include the protection of his honor and property, his obedience with pleasure, proper care and training of the children, polite dealing with his relatives, listening to his counsels before making decisions. Rights of children. The rights of children include their better rearing with love and care, arranging for their schooling and religious and moral education. In case of having more than one child, equal treatment to all, arrangement of their livelihood after the completion of their education, appropriate arrangement for their marriage. Rights of parents. The rights of parents include to love them and to respect them, to obey them with pleasure, serve them with love and care, honoring their struggle in life by taking care of their emotional and financial investments. In case of their death, be gentle to their relatives and friends. Rights of neighbors. The rights of neighbors include asking about their welfare, sharing their sorrows and happinesses, sending them presents, fulfilling their needs according to one's abilities, and visit them if they are sick or in need. What is the relation between rights and duties? The rights and duties are deeply related and interdependent. Every right has a duty attached to it. In fact, rights and duties are the two aspects of human life. One cannot be imagined without the other. Rights have come into existence for the welfare of human life and the protection of natural human talents. Rights are the needs or demands of a citizen that are recognized by the government and society, and it is the responsibility of the state or society to fulfill them. According to Lasky, rights are those conditions of social life without which no one can develop one's own personality. A right in the society becomes the duty of someone else, and someone else's right becomes our duty. What is meant by moral rights? Moral rights are the ones that are based on the moral values prevailing in an organized society. Government has no control over them. The people who observe moral values are respected in the society, while those who don't are considered ill-mannered. How do the legal rights protect us? Legal rights are the ones protected and imposed by the state. Government can force the observance of these laws, and those who violate them can be apprehended by police and the court of law. It is because of supremacy of these rights that there remains peace and tranquility in a state. What is difference between civil and political rights? Civil rights and political rights are both legal rights and are assured by government. Civil rights pertain to daily life like right to life, property, family, contract, etc. Whereas through political rights one can take part in state activities like becoming a member of parliament or to vote for one. These rights are essential for the success of a democratic system of government. Civil rights are enjoyed by both the local citizens and visitors, but the political rights are only for local citizens. What are the kinds of duties? Describe them in detail. Some responsibilities are imposed in return for the rights that are given to the citizens and the visitors. These duties are personal duties to fellow citizens, to state, to humanity and the environment. Personal duties are that each citizen must bring his or her talents to light and benefit others from it. The duties to the fellow citizen are that we must honor and provide them their rights. The duties to state are that everyone must abide by the law and be loyal to the state. According to the duties to humanity, it is meant to consider the human interests above color, race, territory, or language. The duties to the nature are the most important nowadays, as nature is most harmed than anyone else. Our duty as global citizens is to learn to protect nature, exercise it, and teach others to do so. How can the sense of performance of rights and duties be created among the students? The social institutions, family, neighborhood, and school can help their junior members to learn the system of rights and duties. The sense of duty can be developed gradually at the family level. The parents and the other members influence from very early life. The neighborhood can train in childhood about the rights and duties through games and other social activities. The school can teach the complete social and moral system along with education. Write down 3 major kinds of duties. The duties to fellow citizens. It is the duty of every citizen to honor the rights of others. When a society confers the rights, it also imposes certain duties. These duties are used for the welfare of society. The duties to state. It is the duty of every citizen to abide by the law and pay the taxes regularly. Use the right of vote correctly. Loyalty to the state, its defense, and stability are also among the duties of a citizen. The duties to humanity. By the right of humanity, it is meant to consider the human interest above color, race, territory, or language. What do you understand by political rights? Political rights include justice in law, such as the right to fair trial, rights of participation in civil society, and politics, such as freedom of association, the right to assemble, the right to petition, the right of self-defense, and the right to vote. These rights are essential for the success of a democratic system of government.